guys, check out the next level games for all your TCG needs. Link is down below in the description of the video. Thanks, guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday. We're covering over the top 8 decks from Richmond, Virginia Regionals. That was this past weekend. It was the first expanded regionals of this season that we've had in the United States. I'm pretty sure it's the first expanded outside of Japan having one. Yeah, it's the first expanded tournament at all coming into this new format this year. So let's go over here. We got 7 of the top 8 decks. I don't even know. I think there's one person we don't have, and that's Ian Robb. He also played the Rowlet and Alolan Exeggutor, and we'll go over that here in a second. I think he lost to JW, and I think the big difference is he played a Septonis list. He played Tapu Lele's. We know that for sure from JW's interview. He talked about or JW's video. But anyways, let's go over the top 8 decks, and then, of course, we'll go over the limit list to cover more. So the first place winner was actually JW Crewall. Congratulations, bud. Just got married like, what, a month, 2-3 months ago? Okay, I can't remember how long it's been. So congratulations. Actually, second regional championship. Flex Daddy Righteous is the YouTube name. Don't quote me on that. I'll have a video down below where he breaks down the deck a lot more. This actually helps out a lot because this deck got in top 8 in 2 different places. Zealy also got top 8 with this list, and then Mahone also got day 2 with the same list. Now the difference is that some of them played a 3-1 split. I think that's just JW, and then Zealy and Mahone played 4 Foul Plumes. There might be somebody else who also played the list, and I'll try to reach out to them and see if they can confirm if they played the 3-1 split before. But if you don't know, you just use a Rowlet and a Alolan Exeggutor to get your Vileplume out, Irritating Pollen, then to get the other Vileplume out, make it where basics can't attack. And that's pretty much the deck. You got cards like AZ to pick up your Pokemon if need be. Stevens is obviously kind of set up. It is turned sideways, but we'll go to a different list. You can actually get a lot better. But yeah, congratulations, JW. And it's pretty interesting to see that this deck won. I know there's been rumors of this type of deck being played, but it was like a Mew Box variant with like Jolteon and Glaceon and Altaria. We actually saw that on the channel and play tested that a little bit, but I haven't seen the one with this second Vileplume. I actually kind of forgot about it. But yeah, I'm glad to see Vileplume is back. It makes sense. Like Forest of Giant Plants got banned, and now we have a card that is basically like Forest of Giant Plants, so I don't see why they printed this card in the first place, because we still have the same grass Pokemon that cause the same issues. Nothing has changed outside of there, so JW just taking advantage of a card that got banned, and now it's back in the format. I've told people before, like, hey, there was a reason why this card got banned, and now it's back in format. Anyways, second place was actually Chris playing his Darkrai deck. I really like this deck a lot. I'm glad that Darkrai is back in the light. He actually played a One-Will Weavile to move around energies if need be. But played the Darkrai Greninja with the Restoration Darkrai to get back your Dark Energies, muted copy attacks, 2 Shebays, a Dedenne GX to help set up, a Ringaroo to draw and stroke for 3, and then a Marshadow here for weakness. As you see, it's just a very consistent dark deck. You got 4 dark patches, 4 max laser. The lasers are for Darkrai GX's attack. I can't remember exactly what it's called on top of my head, but if they're affected by special condition, I think, or maybe it's affected by poison. I can't remember if it's special condition or poison, but they're automatically knocked down. That's what the Hypnotoxic laser come into play. Darkrai can just get that immediate knockout, so that's very, very cool. Darkrai GX is just a monster. People do spread a ton of damage, and or not spread. This is not the spreading one. This is the one that is like 30 times kind of energy. So just a ton of damage. This Darkrai gets for retreat. It's just a very quick, fast, dark deck, and I'm excited to see Dark is back in the format. Did he play 4v? Yeah, he played 4v Seekers, 2 Guzma, 2 Sycamore, Course, and definitely relied a lot on the Shaman's Dedenne and the Skyfield to have up to 8 bench. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited Dark is back in the format, and I'm excited to see if it's going to do well in Portland. I'm hoping it does. It still seems like a very, very good deck for next week as well. Third place was Zora Control. This is no surprise. I actually thought there'd be a ton of Zora Control, and there was a little bit of it. So this one was actually Grant Manley. Grant has done fantastic this year. He's been placed in every single regionals, I'm pretty sure. Got the first 2 regionals playing his Bird Box decks, and now he's playing Zora Control, which is very, very cool. So basically the same thing as the Pidgeotto Control deck, except now you have Zoroark to trade, which is very good. And then, you know, you got all your Disruption cards, like Lieutenant Surge, Ace Trainer, Hiker, Faba, Sycamore, Mars, Guzma, Gladian, Chorus, Acerola, Plumeri, and then Brigetti. Brigetti is going to help you set up, get those turn ones. We're not taking prize cards here. We are just solely going for, resource management, Articuno to get rid of energies. The recycle energy is broken. The rainbow energy, I wonder if it I think it does have to do something with Acerola, maybe. You can activate Acerola, put Rainbow on somebody. That's pretty cute. The DCE could make it where Zoroark can't attack if needed in certain situations. That could be a thing as well. But yeah, congratulations, Grant. Control decks are still very, very nice right now. They haven't got all the ban cards happy yet. But next week will be the last time we actually see a lot of these control decks. And I imagine it's going to change up a lot in the expanded format. But Grant, once again, taking hey, it's a good deck. Let's play it and take advantage of these cards that are about to get banned, right? 3 Sound Lab as well to shut down GX's or basic Pokemon abilities. It's 4 players. We actually have Drew Kate playing a Guardian deck, and a Guardian does have the Aromatease, the Fairy traits around to make you move around Fairy energies. And if you notice, he plays 5 different, I'm not going to let you play stadium cards, effects of GX, EXs. He's got 3 Silent Labs, shut down basic Pokemons, and 2 Power Punch, shut down GX and EXs. Which is fantastic. So he's got 5 different ways to shut down those abilities, which is very, very strong in this format. You see he's just playing Sycamore, Guzma, where we see Acerola and AZ. Play 2 Acerola, 1 AZ, but 4 VS Seeker and 4 Max Potions. We're just playing this really tanky Gardevoir and Sylveon tag. Just really energy accelerated as well. The only thing I don't see about this list that I wish it would have is 1 or 2 Max Elixirs, but even then, I think you just attach, and then you just kind of go crazy, and then you just go. I just wish you had a way to attach an energy or something, and then retreat a Spritzee if you start it. Because if you start Spritzee, then you can't really attack turn 1. I mean, I guess you do play Floatstone, so if you hit those, you're good to go. I don't know. It's probably a really good list. Drew's a fantastic player, and I'm glad he's getting up there. Finally got his first, Glass Trophy in, the 9-10 years I've known him. So congratulations, Drew. For sure. And the 1 energy to stop effects of attacks, which is really, really strong, and we actually see this come into play a lot against JW's matchups, making where if you don't know, this Vileplume has a certain attack that affects, makes you have a special condition confused or something like that. But since you play the Wonder Energy, you're not affected by paralyzation or anything either, which is very, very strong. And 4 Fighting Fear Belts. We now have a billion HP, which is very strong for a tag team. And then Max Potions make it where they just can have one-shot you. So, really good deck. Congratulations, Drew. 5th place was actually Michael Pramblewant playing another control deck. He probably, I don't know, maybe talked to Grant about the deck a little bit. But it's just the same thing, right? We're just seeing the control cards, the Latina Surge, Mars. He's played 2 Mars. Well, I think Grant played 1. We see he still plays Gladion. There's no Hiker in this list that I can see. Hiker seems like a very important card to have, and we just don't see him have it. I guess she's just really reliant on the Chip Ice axe and stuff like that. But still, fantastic deck. You can actually see here Seth Christopher said, I sat him next to him. We were both 1-2 in this tournament, and he somehow pulls back to top 8. Yeah, that's Michael Pramwell for you. He's just a beast. Does fantastic at regionals. Probably already has his invite. You can see TCEvolution dice are everywhere. It's a sponsor for them, right? So yeah, congratulations, Michael Pramwell. Another just Zora control. Also, if you are playing Zora control, you definitely need the Zoras. Paralyzed Gaze is fantastic. Just be a paralyzed opponent if need be. So yeah, congratulations, Pram. Also, I didn't talk about this yet, but in Grant's and in Mike's list, you see Giraffe Rig. That could be the real reason why Mewtwo wasn't really anywhere. Mewtwo seemed like a good idea, but then everybody was okay, we're just gonna easily counter that by playing Grass and Giraffe Rigs, and that's pretty much why Blastoise. I thought Blastoise was a terrible idea. I told everybody that was going that I knew don't play Blastoise. It seems really, really bad. But yeah, I'm glad that Blastoise didn't make. I don't think any Blastoise make day 30, top 2, which makes me happy. We see another Zora control, so 3 Zora controls in top 8. That's fantastic. Rowan actually played Electro GX. Makes it where you blow up your Pokemon, and then it makes it where your opponent. We actually talked about in this little thing. This way you talk about. That's what I like about this. You can have the community involved and ask questions. Purpose behind it: give it prize cards and control mirrors, and Zoroark or Sableye, then have access to Surge Tamp. To 4, and then Counter Catcher, combining this with the Unfair GX specs would handle a headlock against decks that don't take prize cards. So that's where the Electro is in there. You just blow yourself up, and then your opponent has to take prize cards, and then you can punish them. So really, really cool idea. I like this a lot. The Electro GX. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, what else can you really say? Each of the Zork control decks are different in their own ways. This one actually doesn't play 80 Rainbow Energies, while we see the other ones. Pram didn't play any ones either, but Grant definitely did play the Ace Roller. But this one doesn't play AZ at all, so there's no healing cards. While Grant mainly didn't play those, so it's very interesting to see all these little different takes. The Zork control deck, but just Zork and Oranguru, and you kind of just go from there. 3 at the top is still like a great number, and I imagine we're still going to see this going into Portland. I imagine Zork is still going to be one of the more dominating decks until the ban happens. Once the ban happens, this deck will definitely probably die because it doesn't have like Lieutenant Surge, and it doesn't have Chip Ice and stuff like that, so it definitely is a game changer going forward. All right, so in 7th place, we actually have the same deck that JW played, but they Z-Elite played 4 of these. It's actually Mahone's pitcher, I think. Yes, Mahone's pitcher. But it's just the same thing. We can break down the deck a little bit more. We got Fan Club to search for a base Pokemon, put into your bench. We got the Marshadow. The Pidgeotto is really good. Like I said, I'll have a link down below to JW's video. Check that out if you want to learn more about the deck. I really don't want to talk about it and give away his video for sure. So yeah, check out JW's video. He talks about the deck. I should have turned JW's first picture not sideways, so it'll be easier to see, but I was on vacation when I posted it, so I just posted it straight up was. But yeah, there's 78 decks. The other third deck that we don't have is another Vileplume deck. So 3 Vileplume, 3 Zora Control. Expanding this is so much fun. The other 2 were Dark Box and Guardian, which I think Guardian probably beats Zora Control, like 99% sure, and then it definitely destroys Dark. And I think you actually do have a good Vileplume matchup. Like, it seems like it's a good matchup. I know Drew beat Dark or Zora Control in top 8, and I think he had bad starts against JW. Don't quote me on that. I haven't watched the videos or really looked into it, but from what I was told, that's what kind of happened. So yeah, there's 7 of top 8 decks. Like always, Limitless does their thing and posts some other things, posts other decks. The deck I kind of want to see do better next week is Trevenant. I think Trevenant was just underplayed for some odd reason, but you can start testing this list. This is Brian Hunter's top 8 list. I think this is a fantastic deck to play if I was going into Portland. I know I talked to my friend Kenny, and he said he was scared of Archie's. But I was like, man, Archie's doesn't seem very good right now. But I think everybody was convinced that Archie's was the play this weekend, and I was like, I don't know why people think that. It'd be terrible to play 9 rounds of how do I get Blastoise out every single game? You have to do that 18 times, and that seems painful. Why would you want to play the deck? You can see more of these Alolan, Rowlet, and Alolan Egazord. They're everywhere. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different 8 out of 32 were playing this. Zora Control, let's see if we can find this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like just 5. So we see more of the Rowlet and Alolan. I wonder how that matchup goes. I feel like it's favored for Zoroark, but then they can't play their item cards to really work. I don't know. I have to talk to JW. Maybe JW talks about the video and I just missed it. But yeah, I want to see what Zora Dean's list is. That seems very interesting. Zora counters. The other interesting decks, like I said, is Trevenant for sure. Buzzwole Garbodor. That I had told people, a couple people play Buzzwole Garbodor. It seemed pretty good too. And yeah, I think it's a good deck. I think it's great. Garbodor is so strong. Just people to trash lunch your opponent because they're having a billion item cards in the discard pile seems really cool. Zora Garbodor is always going to be really good. Like I said, Garbodor is just fantastic, so you can go with that deck. It was actually cool to see Night March back in play, seeing what's Vespiquen. They seem kind of rough just because there's so many item locking decks, so if I was going to Portland next week, I would definitely not play Night March or Vespiquen unless you think that people are going to really counter this Vileplume and a little egg deck, which I don't really see how you counter it. To be honest, it just seems like a really strong deck. As you see, during the top of these, you do see all these, Vileplume decks that pretty much dominate. Zoroark can easily beat those, I'm pretty sure, and that's why you see this kind of mixed in. And afterwards, you start seeing the item, base decks, right? You see the Greninja and Zoroark tag teams. I wonder how, many Alolan Vileplume decks Chris Camp played against, because it doesn't seem like this is a very good deck to play against this deck. It just seems like JW just wins this match automatically. It's no competition, I feel right? So I imagine he just hit the right matchups, and that's how he got to second place. But I imagine he does like easily beat like the Zora control and like stuff like that. Just because you get so many energies in the field and they can't really clear them off, and then you have the Weavile to move around energy, so it seems really cool. Like I said, I think Trevenant would be really cool to see, just because you just like shut down item cards, and that can hurt the Rella and Logan Egg player. The other deck I thought was really cool was Noel's deck. There's like Spirit Tomb deck. It definitely probably gets like dumpstered on by like the Rella deck, because you just like are not hitting them that much, and then like their Vileplume by itself just shuts down like 99% of your deck, right? You just can never attack again once they get that guy rolling. So it's probably a terrible deck going to Portland, but I thought it was a really cool concept, right? You can use Spirit Tomb, the Building Spike, to build up stuff. You get the Rainbow Energy to put damage on yourself, as well as a Spirit Tomb. And then you get cards like Frozen City to like even like manipulate the damage even quicker. So it seems really strong. Of course, Hustle Belt to do an extra 60 damage. So yeah, the Hustle Belt, Rainbow plus like Frozen City, that just makes you put like output damage so quick. And I love this a lot. And I was really rooting for Noel. He was one of my people to go forward. I actually made a post about like what top 8 decks I was gonna, what players I want to see in top 8. It was JW, Grant, Drew, Pramwant, Zeely, and yeah. So I got like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the top 8 decks. I think my other ones were Mahone, which he got 10th place. I want to say it was Noel, and I'm not sure who the other top 8 player was, but at 5 of the top 8, just like looking at the brackets, that's pretty cool. But yeah, Portland, I don't know what to really expect. If you're going, just watch out. What is this deck? Regirock Walls. Okay, cool. Probably the Regirock promo, so they can't play any trainer cards against you. Hunch Coach GX has that unfair. Your opponent reveals their hand, you discard 2 cards from it. There's a Pyroar. Oh, man, I remember seeing this one game. This guy played Pyro Miss Magius. That's definitely a deck I want to talk about. Like, makes it where your opponent's base Pokemons can't hurt you. But even then, like, this just loses to the Little Negs deck that got first place, because they just play the other Vileplume. Oh, if you want to see what the Vileplume does, I'll pull up real quick, just because we're kind of, like, over everywhere right now. Is it this one? No, that's the Irritating Pollen. This is the one we want. Disgusting Pollen. Basic Pokemon. Like, they literally can't attack. Like, not they can't hurt you, like they can't attack, like you just pass. You can't even say a name. But Downer Shock 60, flip a coin of heads, your opponent's active Pokemon asleep. If tails, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. So that's just really good attack as well. Like the effects underneath the attack. The 60 HP is like, it's mediocre, but asleep and confused are like 2 of the worst things you can do with your opponent under item lock. Like asleep, they have to flip for that to save their wake, and then confused, like if they flip tails and hit himself, then like they're in trouble. So that seems really cool. This Gloom seems, I can't click on it for some reason. I guess it doesn't exist in the world yet. I think it makes your opponent reveal their hand, and you put a Pokemon down onto their bench. It seems really good, but I can't see the card yet, or I can't see this Pidgeotto. Why can I not see some of these cards yet? I guess because Flashfire is probably not in their database because it's such an old card. But like, yeah, I can see Gloom, but I can't see Oddish, but I can't see Gloom. That's weird. Anyways, so that's top 8 decks, or top 32 decks. I think there's 39 spots, 32. I imagine we'll see less in Portland. I imagine we'll probably see a clean 32 in Portland. Portland's so far away, and like it's on the West Coast. Unless like a lot of California players, like West Coast players, go up to Portland, which I don't really see that happening. But I was going this weekend. I think you definitely still just play this deck, unless there's something like that super counters this. Like, but I don't even know. Maybe like Reshizard with like an Arcanine to beat up the Vileplume. That could be really cute. That kind of probably just auto wins you. The Arcanine could just load up and just like do ability damage to either one of the Vileplumes. That seems pretty cool. I'd probably just play that maybe. Outside of that, it's like you probably beat Zora Control. They might get rid of all your energy. It's not pretty hard. I imagine Zora Control and Vileplume is just the 2 biggest decks from this coming up weekend. So if you can't beat those 2 decks, don't play your deck. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. It was exciting to see what happened at this weekend. Next weekend also be the last kind of format before the ban happens, and then the expanded metagame just kind of goes crazy, and people are not going to know what to do in their life. I hope they get something taken care of with this Rowlin Lolan Egg deck as well. Maybe they just like ban this guy because it seems really unfair. Like, I don't understand why you print like Forest of Giant Plants, ban it, and then you now print Super Growth, and people are like, oh, that's not the same card. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's dumb. Like, turn 1 Super Growth and Vileplume, your opponent can't play any training cards. Then you just look at them and they pass, and you go, okay, turn 2. let me get the other Pokemon. Now your basic Pokemon can attack, and it seems really dumb. So yeah, hopefully Pokemon fixes that. That seems like a bigger thing right now. Just ban Rowlet, and Little Neg, and I think we'll be fine. And then we'll have a really good expanded format. Anyways, but guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I can't wait to see what happens in Portland. I imagine, though, it's going to be the same old, like, Rowlet and Little Executor and the Zoroark deck. But hit the subscribe button. See you tomorrow for Expanded Thursday. We'll go over something really crazy. Before we jump into this, if you're still watching, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Joe and Josh. Joe is, of course, Omnipoke. He actually won pairs, which is fantastic. Congratulations to him. In second place was Josh, who is Zapdos TCG. I'm excited to see 2 YouTubers, actually 3 YouTubers, make it to finals this weekend. Joe, Josh, and JW are all YouTubers. So that made me really happy to see everything. And then, of course, Robin Schultz also getting third place, which is the guy who runs Limitless. So shout out to Robin as well. Fantastic things going on this weekend for everybody. And over here in Expanded World, I actually have a Greens Blacephalon deck, not Blacephalon Pidgeotto. So yeah, shout out to TCG Zapdos, shout out to Omnipoke, and shout out to Flex Daddy Righteous. So yeah, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you tomorrow where we talk about one of the most banned decks like that it's ever coming out. It definitely revolves around this Japanese expanded metagame. This deck right here is really, really good, and there's a reason why a ton of cards got banned, and it's not because of Zoroark control. It's because of this deck right here. And we'll see that tomorrow. Alrighty, bye.